There is a moment that happens with almost every home care agency owner we work with. It usually hits somewhere around the 4 to 6 week mark after their VA starts. No call out scramble, no coverage crisis, no starting the day in firefighting mode, just a normal morning where someone else already handled it. That is the moment I want to talk about today because it is a win on both sides of that equation. And I do not think that gets talked about enough. I'm Jeff, CRO and co-founder of ClearDesk. Let me show you what this actually looks like when it works the way it is supposed to. Let's start with the agency owner side, because that is usually where people's heads are when they first come to us. The typical home care agency owner we talk to is running a 10 to 40 caregiver operation. They are doing their own scheduling, handling their own call-outs, managing their own recruiting, following up on their own billing authorizations, and somehow still trying to grow the business on top of all of that. They are working 50, 60 hours a week, and they feel like the agency would fall apart if they stepped away for a day. What they need is not just help with tasks. What they need is someone who can own a function completely, not assist with it, own it. So the owner can actually step back from the operational chaos and focus on the things that only they can do. When that match is right, here is what changes. The scheduling function stops being the owner's problem. Callouts get handled before the owner even sees them. Coverage gaps get filled through the same process every time: coverage list, broadcast, confirmation, family notification, without the owner being in the loop. The schedule builds itself every week because someone is managing it the way it needs to be managed. The recruiting pipeline starts running consistently instead of reactively. Job postings go up every week, whether there is a crisis or not. Applications get screened, credentials get verified, interviews get scheduled, the owner shows up for the final conversation, and that is it. The billing follow-up actually happens. Authorizations get chased, claims get worked, discrepancies get caught before they become denials. The revenue cycle runs because someone is dedicated to running it, and the owner gets their time back, not just hours, headspace. The low-level constant hum of operational anxiety that comes from being responsible for every moving part of the agency starts to quiet down. They start thinking about growth again instead of just survival. One of our clients, a home care agency owner in the Southeast, told me her story. Managing about 35 caregivers, she told me that the first time she took a full weekend off without checking her phone was 3 months after her ClearDesk VA started. Before that, she had not had a real weekend in 2 years. That is what the owner side of this win looks like. Now, let me talk about the other side, because this is the part that does not get enough attention. The VAs we place, primarily from the Philippines, are not people who fell into this work by accident. They are college-educated professionals with real skills and ambition. Many of them have backgrounds in healthcare administration, business operations, or client services. They are good at what they do, and they know it. What working with a US-based home care agency gives them is stability, career growth, and meaningful work. A consistent full-time role with a single dedicated client. A role where they become genuinely embedded in the operation, where they learn the agency inside and out, and their work has a direct impact. There is something worth saying here about what home care actually is. The clients these agencies serve are vulnerable people who depend on consistent caregiving. When a scheduling VA handles a call-out correctly, a caregiver shows up for a client who needs them. When the recruiting pipeline stays full, there are enough caregivers to cover the caseload. The VA is not just doing admin work. They are part of the infrastructure that keeps care happening. And the best ones know that and take it seriously. We see VAs grow into these roles. A VA who starts with basic scheduling after 6 months is managing the entire function independently. After 2 years, they know the role better than anyone. That growth is real, and it happens because the relationship is stable, the work is meaningful, and the investment goes both ways. Our average client stays more than 2.5 years. That tenure reflects what happens when the match is right. The owner gets relief, the VA gets stability, the clients get consistent care. That is the win-win. It sounds simple when you say it out loud, but it is the thing that makes this model work in a way that a staffing transaction never does. If you want to see what this looks like for your agency specifically, book a call with our team at the link in the description. Thanks for watching.